excited for you guys to come on this journey with Jaxson and myself. So I have decided that Jaxson and I will go on a, wait for it, sugar-free nutritional plan. That's what I'm calling it, y'all, because I don't do diets. We don't do diets. And Jackson's only 4, so he's definitely not doing a diet. But a sugar-free nutritional plan for a little while, right? So I would love to say that it's only 7 to 10 days, but that's not realistic, and you guys will understand why very shortly. So for myself, I have personal goals. One, of better self-care for myself, to lose weight, and to make sure I'm controlling, my counts, my numbers, A1C numbers, things of that nature. So just to make sure that I'm healthy. But the real reason that we're going on this little journey is for Jaxson. He just doesn't know it yet. I am an absolute firm believer that whatever you put in your body, you will get out of your body. When Jaxson was born with eczema. I'm not sure if that's my fault. Some people say it's how we eat when we're pregnant, things of that nature. But of course, as you all know as well, Jaxson has autism. So I'm a firm believer that when we put good things into our bodies, we get good things out. So I am testing the theory with my son just to see how it goes. And I'm super excited about you guys joining this journey with us. So through the sugar detox and the cravings and the non-cravings and how this works out for us, at least for the next 2 to 3 months, we would love for you guys to come on this journey with us to see what it looks like. I have done some research, and I'll share that research with you guys as we go through this journey. But I'm super excited that you guys are here with us. So let's all get inspired and let's learn a little bit more together. Let's go. Now, while I have chosen to take a completely sugar-free route, that's not quite the situation for Jaxson. With Jaxson, if you look at the back of your labels, you will see, oh, this is the sugar count and it may be 6 grams. And right under it, there's a line that tells us what the total sugars are and if there are any additional sugars added. So I am actually looking at that particular line in regards to Jaxson. And if there are any sugars added to any of Jackson's foods, we won't eat those foods with Jaxson, right? So Jaxson is, because I'm also not taking fruit out of his diet, I don't think that it's fair to be that aggressive with his diet initially. We may get to a point where we explore those opportunities, but initially starting out, especially with him becoming a verbal little person himself, I don't think it's fair to just rip sugar out of his diet in that regard. So I am setting the example by taking sugar out of my diet and watching what we eat what I eat nutritionally. But for Jaxson, he will keep all of his fruits, and he will keep foods for the most part that do have sugars in them, but we will count his grams. We will look at the number of grams of sugar that he is consuming each day, and we're definitely going to ramp up his veggies just a little bit more from a standpoint of focusing on his focus. So neurologically, I definitely want to put a greater emphasis on Jackson's focus, his attention span, his joint attention, and my desire is to increase all of those things to give him a more well-rounded view of how he learns and how he collects information as he's attempting to become more verbal. So that's where we are with that. I am going completely sugar-free, but Jaxson is not exactly he's not going completely sugar-free. I will not rip him of all of his fruits. My child loves apples. He loves watermelon. He loves all of those grapefruits. Like he loves them. He likes citrus as well. So I'm not going to completely take all of those things from him, but definitely if we look at our labels, ketchup, things of that nature, you see where there's sugar added in addition to the sugar that's naturally found in those foods. Well, Jaxson won't be consuming any foods that have sugars added, so that line will have to say 0, and we're also limiting the number of grams that he can have in each of his snacks. So from that standpoint, we're gonna bring his sugar content way down just to kind of help, and we'll use more natural sugars to supplement. Now, we're not big like junk eaters, so don't tell my parents we won't be in Mississippi for a little while, because y'all, my parents and my sister, they enjoy giving my child cookies and all types of stuff. White bread, pizza, everything that turns into sugars. Y'all, they give Jaxson like it's a smorgasbord. Like, that child can just eat whatever. Like, he can eat rice all day at my mom's house. I understand being grandparents, and so I know they spoil him and they love him, and I know my sister loves him. She loves her nephew, but y'all, we can't keep eating all these whites, right? So we can't keep eating all this bread and all this rice and all these things that turn into sugar. And so we'll discuss that a great deal more as we go through our videos. But if you all don't tell my mom and my dad, then I won't either, okay? All right, you guys, so the journey begins. I'm super excited to be taking you guys along with me. We're gonna start out at Whole Foods, and I'm going to grab a few things. I'm gonna try really hard to stay out of the essential oils area, because we love that area. Nonetheless, we are going in to purchase a few specialized items that you may not find at other stores. Items such as broccoli sprouts, different variation of different sprouts, and just a healthier or a cleaner produce section. So we really enjoy Whole Foods. So we're going to run into Whole Foods for just a few moments. We're going to grab some beets and a few other things for my detox, because remember, I'm going to detox for 3 days before we get started on Monday. And then we're gonna head out and we're gonna go and grab a few other groceries from a few other locations. So come along with us, and everyone, make sure you wear your mask. Let's go. You guys, let's get started. So detoxes are important to complete before any nutritional journey that you take, because they remove toxins from your body. And so whether those detoxins are environmental or a result of your body's normal functioning or like cellular processes, it's always super important to make sure that your body and your liver are as healthy as possible. All right, side note, you guys, if you guys have been following us on Instagram, you know how much we absolutely love all things candles and body oils and soaps in this house. So I had to take a quick moment just to take a peek. Since we're in Whole Foods already, I just had to. Okay, I actually did end up leaving out of the store with a few bars of soap, but trust me, it was an absolute necessity. Or at least I keep telling myself that. So here we have some beets, you guys, and beets are super high in folate, and they're super important in supporting my liver during the detox. All right, moving on to these broccoli sprouts. Okay, here's the deal, you guys. Broccoli sprouts are essentially undeveloped broccoli, which have a load of nutrients, and I'll explain a little later in other videos, but broccoli sprouts will play a huge role in Jackson's nutritional diet as I reduce his sugar intake. So having these broccoli sprouts in his diet is super important. I did decide to go ahead and pick up a few other things while I'm already in the store, such as vegan cheese, because we do consume vegan cheese. Now, while I won't consume vegan cheese, Jaxson actually will. I did go ahead and pick up some Ian's fish sticks for Jaxson. He really does enjoy these. And of course, none of these items actually have added sugar, and they actually really have a low sugar content. So these are great additives for his diet as we go forward. Now, as much as I absolutely love yogurts for Jaxson, and I truly do enjoy them, we actually had to go with a plain yogurt. And as you can see here, this yogurt has 6 grams per serving serving of sugar, but nothing added to it. So unfortunately, he doesn't get an opportunity to get those super yummy, fruity yogurts in that section. So I had to take just a moment, you guys, to stop on the oatmeal aisle. Jaxson absolutely loves oatmeal, so I took a few moments just to see if they had any healthier options regarding oatmeal, and we did find one or two options that I know he'll love. Alrighty, Whole Foods, until next time, I know we'll be seeing you a great deal over the next few months. Here we have, you guys, pretty much everything that we picked up from the store today, just to show you a few items of what we picked up, just so we can get started for the next few weeks. Actually, this won't last the next few weeks, but we'll push it as much as we possibly can. All right, you guys, so to be completely fair, I did go ahead and put my weight on here. I'm not embarrassed at all, you guys. We all have to start somewhere. So if you're doing this journey with us, don't be embarrassed. You have to start somewhere. And I did put my measurements on here as well, because I really want to have a good idea of where we're starting and where we'll move forward to. Again, if it's not written on paper, then it truly is not tangible for Jaxson and I. So we put it all on paper. In regards to the goals that I have for Jaxson, they're charted a little bit differently. So I'm actually charting how much time he can actually spend sitting down, joint attention, how that impacts his focus, and what exactly that looks like for him. So charting Jaxson's progress in regards to his focus, his joint attention, and how reducing sugar and increasing veggies impacts him, it's charted a little bit different according to the activities that we do. And I'll show you that as we go along. So for those of you all who are curious, no, we are not gauging Jaxson's weight. That's not the purpose of this. He's only 4, you guys. Sheesh. So follow us on Instagram at @Ashjaxjefferson as we post new content, and check in often here on our YouTube channel to see what we have going on. Thanks so much, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. XOXO.